Welcome back, coin enthusiasts! Today, we're diving into a unique and highly sought-after coin in the world of numismatics, the 1967 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark. This little penny may look ordinary at first glance, but when you know its background, you'll understand why it can fetch extraordinary amounts in today's coin market. Stay tuned as we explore the fascinating history, rarity, and current market value of this iconic coin. Let's start by setting the stage. The 1967 Lincoln penny was minted during the midst of the 1960s, a time when the U.S. was seeing a lot of social change and innovation. By 1967, the design of the Lincoln penny had been in circulation for more than 100 years, but it still retained the iconic design created by Victor David Brenner in 1909. This design features President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But what makes the 1967 no-mint mark penny so special? To understand that, we need to know a bit about mint marks. Mint marks are small letters stamped on coins that indicate where the coin was produced. In the case of the 1967 penny, coins were primarily struck in three mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. However, the 1967 penny from the Philadelphia Mint is particularly interesting because it was produced without any mint mark, unlike other years where the mint mark is visible. Unlike some other years where mint marks are placed to indicate the location of minting, the absence of a mint mark on the 1967 penny gives it an intriguing aspect of rarity that collectors find appealing. Let's look at the physical features of the coin. The 1967 Lincoln penny weighs 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. The composition is 95% copper and 5% zinc, which was the standard at the time. The obverse, featuring President Lincoln, shows his portrait facing right, while the reverse depicts the Lincoln Memorial, a design that was used on pennies from 1959 until 2008. Now, despite being a common coin in terms of production, what sets the 1967 no-mint mark penny apart is its unique rarity. For the Philadelphia Mint that year, it is known that they struck millions of pennies. However, a very small fraction of those coins have a slight misstrike or lack of mint mark, which makes them stand out. These coins are often mistaken for regular 1967 pennies, but with proper identification, you can tell if you've stumbled upon something rare. So, what makes the 1967 no-mint mark penny valuable? The answer lies in its rarity and the demand for rare coins in the numismatic community. Over the years, as more collectors have focused on finding these rarities, the value of the 1967 no-mint mark penny has slowly increased. However, not every 1967 penny is going to fetch big bucks. The condition of the coin is crucial. For a 1967 penny to fetch a premium price, it needs to be in excellent condition, preferably uncirculated or with minimal wear. Coins that are graded MS65 or higher are especially valuable in the current market. But even with moderate wear, the 1967 no-mint mark penny can still be worth more than a typical penny, especially when you're dealing with a rare coin. Now let's talk about the current market value. As of now, the 1967 Lincoln penny with no mint mark typically ranges from a few dollars for a well-worn coin, to several $100s or more for those in excellent or uncirculated condition. While the coin is not likely to reach million-dollar valuations just yet, it's definitely a sought-after piece for serious collectors. For example, a 1967 no mint mark penny in near-perfect, MS67 condition might fetch around $500 or more at auction. However, it's important to note that prices can vary depending on the current state of the coin market, the quality of the coin, and buyer interest. And if you happen to own a high-grade 1967 no-mint mark penny, you could be sitting on a real treasure. Some rare coins from this period have been known to command prices in the thousands. If you have an exceptionally well-preserved coin with little to no wear, it could fetch close to $1,000 in the right market conditions. But let's be clear, this is more of an exception than the rule. Rare, high-demand coins from the 1960s have seen increasing interest over the years, and there's always a chance for these coins to appreciate in value as more collectors seek to add them to their portfolios. You may be wondering, Could the 1967 no-mint mark penny ever be worth $1 million? While that might sound unlikely right now, the potential for rare coins to reach incredible values in the future is always there. Coin values fluctuate based on market trends, historical significance, and rarity. We've seen other pennies, such as the 1943 copper penny or the 1909 SVDB penny, skyrocket into the millions in the past. As the demand for rare coins increases and collectors become more passionate about acquiring unique pieces, it's possible that a 1967 no-mint mark penny, especially one in flawless condition, could achieve a much higher price in the future. In conclusion, the 1967 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark is a fascinating coin with a rich history and potential for significant value. While it may not yet be $1 million coin, its rarity, especially in high-grade condition, makes it a valuable addition to any collection. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, it's always worth checking your penny jar. You never know what hidden treasures you might find. 1970 D. Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. While this may seem like just another penny from the 1970s, it actually holds some hidden potential in the world of rare coin collecting. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you never miss an update on valuable coins and their incredible stories. Now, let's get into it. The 1970 D. Lincoln penny, produced by the U.S. Mint, is a part of the series that honors Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. However, unlike other pennies from the 1970s, the 1970 D penny stands out for a few reasons. To understand why, we need to take a closer look at this coin's history and the factors that could contribute to its value today. First, let's set the stage. The 1970s were an interesting time for U.S. coinage. While the country was dealing with significant changes in the economy and culture, the U.S. Mint was still producing coins using traditional methods. The Lincoln penny of 1970 was struck in copper and had a circulation of millions. But here's where it gets interesting. In 1970, a very limited number of coins experienced unique errors and varieties that made them stand out in the eyes of collectors. Now, why is the 1970 D. Lincoln penny considered so valuable? The key factor is a rare error that occurred with some of the coins struck at the Denver Mint. The coin, in its regular form, features the well-known obverse image of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, with the reverse showing the Lincoln Memorial. However, the 1970 D penny had a specific error that's caught the attention of numismatists, a very subtle but distinct doubling on the letters in the word, Liberty, and the date. This error, known as a double die variety, happens when the die that strikes the coin is misaligned, causing the design to be imprinted twice. It's a small but noticeable error that could significantly increase a penny's value. The 1970 D double die penny is the most notable version of the coin that collectors are hunting for. It's not something you'll find in every 1970 D penny. In fact, only a small number of these double die varieties were produced, making them extremely rare. The doubling is especially visible on the word Liberty, as well as on the date 1970, which is where the most significant doubling occurs. This error creates a visually distinct coin that is highly sought after by serious collectors. If you happen to own a 1970 D penny and you notice the doubling effect, you may be holding something worth a small fortune. But how much is it actually worth in today's market? Let's take a look. The value of a 1970 D double die Lincoln penny can vary depending on its condition and the severity of the error. On average, a 1970 D penny in good condition could fetch around $50 to $100. However, if you happen to have a higher grade example, or one with a particularly strong doubling, the value could soar. Coins in mint state condition, such as MS-65 or higher, can reach prices between $1,000 to $5,000 at auction. But here's where it gets even more exciting. The rarest and most sought-after specimens, especially those with clear and noticeable doubling, can be worth tens of thousands of dollars. In some cases, well-preserved 1970 D double die pennies have sold for upwards of $30,000 to $40,000, and on extremely rare occasions, even more. So, why is a simple penny worth so much? The answer lies in rarity and demand. Due to the limited number of double die errors produced in 1970, only a handful of these coins remain in circulation or in private collections. As time goes on, these coins become harder to find, which increases their value as more collectors and investors compete for them. In addition, the appeal of Lincoln pennies in general, combined with the added intrigue of a rare error, makes the 1970 D a highly coveted coin. Collectors and investors alike know that rare coins like this have the potential to appreciate in value over time, making them excellent additions to any collection or portfolio. How can you spot a 1970 D double die penny? It's all about carefully inspecting the coin under magnification. Here's what to the letters in Liberty will appear as if they were struck twice, with a slight offset. The doubling is especially noticeable on the top of the letters. Look closely at the date. 1970. In the double die variety, the numbers will appear as if they were struck twice, creating a blurry effect around the edges of the numbers. The doubling should be clear and well defined. If it's faint or hard to see with the naked eye, it may not be considered a true double die. If you find one of these coins, you'll want to have it professionally graded to ensure its authenticity and get the most accurate value. While it's highly unlikely that a 1970 D penny will be worth $1 million, the value of rare coins can sometimes exceed expectations, especially if they are in pristine condition or have unique characteristics. If a 1970 D double die penny were to emerge with exceptional characteristics, or a historical story behind it, who knows what it could fetch at auction? In rare instances, pennies have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars, but $1 million price tag would be reserved for the most exceptional and well-documented coins. So, there you have it. The 1970 D Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny isn't just a simple coin. It's a rare collectible that could be worth thousands of dollars, especially if it has that rare double die error. If you're lucky enough to own one, it's worth getting it checked by a professional to confirm its value. Remember, with rare coins like this, condition is everything, and a well-preserved specimen can make all the difference. 1971 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. In this video, we're going to explore its current market value, its potential worth, and how this simple penny might just be worth millions of dollars in the right condition. If you're passionate about coins or curious about whether your pocket change could be a hidden treasure, this video is for you. Be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let's jump right in. Before we talk about the current market value, let's take a quick step back and examine the history behind the 1971 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. This penny was minted during a pivotal time in American coinage history. The U.S. was transitioning from the classic coin designs of the 19th and early 20th centuries into more modern designs. The 1971 Lincoln penny was struck in Philadelphia and Denver, and it's important to note that there are no major differences in the design compared to other years. The front features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, while the reverse depicts the Lincoln Memorial. However, the key to its potential value lies not just in its age or design but in the condition and rarity of certain coins from this year. Let's take a closer look at that. So, what makes a 1971 Lincoln penny potentially worth thousands, or even millions of dollars? To start, not every 1971 penny holds significant value. Most of them are considered common, circulating pennies with very little premium. However, certain factors can increase their worth dramatically. Mint marks and rarity. The 1971 penny was produced in both Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, with a D mint mark. While there are no major errors or varieties associated with the 1971 pennies as there are with some other years, certain specific coins, especially those in perfect or near-perfect condition, can fetch a higher price on the market. Condition and grading. As with all coins, the condition of the coin is crucial in determining its value. A penny in perfect condition is far more valuable than one that's been heavily worn through circulation. If you come across a 1971 Lincoln penny in mint state condition, it could potentially be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on its grade. Coins with higher grades like MS-65 or MS-67 can often command higher prices. To help you understand, a penny that is in uncirculated, or MS, condition is significantly rarer than one that has been through decades of use. Coins in mint state are often graded by professional organizations like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. Let's talk about the current market value of the 1971 Lincoln penny. For the most part, a regular 1971 penny with no special characteristics will only be worth its face value of 1 cent, but there are exceptions. Common 1971 pennies: if you have a 1971 Lincoln penny in average condition, meaning it's been circulated but isn't worn down to the point of being unrecognizable, you're probably looking at a value around 10 cents to 50 cents. Depending on the demand and market at the time. Uncirculated 1971 pennies: if your 1971 penny is uncirculated and in excellent condition, you could be looking at a value of anywhere from $1 to $5, depending on the exact condition and market demand. High-grade mint state pennies that are graded in higher mint states, MS 65 or higher, can command much higher prices, with some examples going for $25 or more. In exceptionally rare cases, a high-grade 1971 penny could even reach prices around $100. Now, let's get to the big question: can the 1971 Lincoln penny be worth millions? While a typical 1971 penny is not likely to fetch this kind of value, there are some rare cases where pennies from the 1970s, with specific errors or rarities, could potentially break into the $1 million range. For instance, if there were a major error, such as a double die, or if the penny was a limited strike or had other unique characteristics, its value could be off the charts. However, with the 1971 Lincoln penny specifically, the chances of it reaching such an astronomical value are extremely slim unless it is in an absolutely perfect condition or is part of an extremely rare variant. As of now, a 1971 penny with no significant errors or unique features is unlikely to hit the $1 million mark. If you think you might have a rare 1971 penny, here's a quick guide on how to spot it. Look for the condition. Examine the coin closely. If it's well preserved with no wear on the edges or Lincoln's portrait, you might have an uncirculated example. Check for mint marks. The 1971 penny comes in both Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, with a DE mint mark. These mint marks can slightly affect the coin's rarity. Search for potential errors. While the 1971 penny is not known for common errors, look out for any unusual features, such as double strikes or strange die cracks, which could increase the coin's value. Get your coin graded. If you believe your penny is special, it's worth having it professionally graded by an organization like PCGS or NGC. A coin's grade significantly impacts its market value. In conclusion, while the 1971 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is generally not a $1 million coin, it can still have significant value, especially if it's in uncirculated or high-grade condition. As with all coins, it's the rarity, condition, and sometimes even the luck of finding an error that makes it truly valuable. So, the next time you're checking your change, take a moment to inspect your 1971 pennies. They might just be worth more than you think. 1970-60 Lincoln 1-cent penny coin, a piece of American history that may not look like much at first glance but can be worth a lot more than you think. Whether you're a seasoned collector or new to the world of rare coins, this video is for you. We'll explore why the 1970-60 Lincoln penny could be worth thousands, or even millions of dollars, depending on its condition and unique features. So, let's take a closer look at this iconic coin and uncover its true value. The 1970-60 Lincoln 1-cent penny was minted by the U.S. Mint in Denver, marked by the DE mint mark. The year 1976 was significant because it celebrated America's bicentennial, marking 200 years since the Declaration of Independence was signed. However, despite the historical context, the 1970-60 penny is often overlooked in the broader coin collecting community. Unlike coins that were specifically minted to commemorate the bicentennial, such as the quarter, half dollar, and dollar, the 1970-60 Lincoln penny was not specially designed. Its usual copper composition and design featuring Abraham Lincoln's portrait remained the same as it had been for decades. Now, you might be wondering, why would this penny be worth anything more than 1 cent? Well, There are several reasons why certain 1970-60 Lincoln pennies have gained significant value in the market. Let's break it down. While the 1970-60 penny was produced in large quantities, about 4.3 billion were made, the value of specific coins can rise when certain rare traits are found. The 1970-60 penny is sometimes found with errors or in pristine, uncirculated condition, which can significantly increase its worth. The grade or condition of a coin is one of the most important factors in determining its value. Coins that are graded as MS 67, Mint State 67, or higher, which means they are virtually flawless, can fetch significantly more money than coins with signs of wear. If a 1970-60 penny is found in pristine condition, it can be worth thousands of dollars, sometimes even more if it's graded at a higher level. Another factor that can make the 1970-60 Lincoln penny valuable is the possibility of it having a unique error. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that were struck with minting errors like double strikes, off-center designs, or die cracks. A 1970-60 penny with one of these mistakes can be worth a lot more than a standard issue penny. So, how much is a typical 1970-60 penny worth? Well, most circulated 1970-60 pennies are worth only their face value, 1 cent. However, if you have an uncirculated or error-struck coin, the value increases significantly. These coins are generally worth between 1 cent and 10 cents depending on their condition. If the coin is in mint state, it can be worth anywhere from 50 cents to $10. A coin graded as MS 65 or higher can fetch between $50 to $500 or more. Some 1970-60 pennies with specific errors have been known to sell for thousands of dollars. For example, a rare double die or an off-center coin could sell for $5,000 to $10,000 or more, depending on the severity of the error and its condition. Super rare variants. In extremely rare cases, a high-grade 1970-60 Lincoln penny with a significant mint error or an anomaly could potentially reach 6 figures, though this is incredibly rare. You might be thinking, it's just a penny. But for collectors, even the smallest coin can have huge potential, especially when it comes to historical significance and the potential for errors. With the right combination of condition and rarity, a 1970-60 Lincoln penny could be worth far more than anyone would expect. It's important to keep in mind that even if you don't have a high-grade or error-struck penny, these coins can still be valuable to collectors who appreciate their historical significance and connection to America's bicentennial. If you've come across a 1970-60 Lincoln penny that you think might be valuable, there are a few ways to go. Websites like eBay are great for selling rare or valuable coins. You can visit local or online coin dealers to have your coin appraised. Coin shows are another excellent place to find buyers who are looking for rare coins. Before selling your coin, it's essential to have it professionally graded and appraised to ensure you're getting the most accurate value. To wrap up, while the 1970-60 Lincoln 1-cent penny is a coin that might not stand out at first glance, there's always a possibility that it could be hiding a valuable error or be in an uncirculated state, making it worth thousands, or even millions, of dollars. If you happen to own a 1970-60 Lincoln penny, make sure to check its condition and keep an eye out for any potential errors. With some luck and the right grading, your penny could become a rare collector's item. 1986 Lincoln 1-cent penny, but not just any penny. This coin, with no mint mark, could be worth far more than you think. If you're a coin collector or simply a fan of rare finds, stay tuned because this penny might be worth millions of dollars. Let's dive into this fascinating coin. The 1986 Lincoln 1-cent penny is not commonly known for being a high-value coin, but with a closer look, we'll uncover just how unique it is. You're probably wondering, what makes this penny so special? Well, stick with me and let's find out. The 1986 Lincoln penny is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. Like many pennies, it features the familiar obverse of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse shows the iconic Lincoln Memorial. But what sets this particular penny apart is the fact that it lacks a mint mark. The Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. Typically, a penny struck at the Denver Mint would have a D mint mark, while those struck in Philadelphia would have no mint mark at all. However, most collectors and dealers assume that any coin without a mint mark from Philadelphia is just one of many that were minted in large quantities. Here's where things get interesting. While many assume that the 1986 no mint mark penny is just another standard coin, rare varieties of no mint mark coins can be worth significantly more, especially if there are any minting errors, like doubling or other unique features. But even without minting errors, a 1986 penny with no mint mark in pristine condition can still fetch impressive prices. Now, let's talk about the value. A regular 1986 penny with no mint mark in average condition will only be worth a couple of cents, but that's where the story changes. For a coin to be worth thousands, or even millions, there are a few key things to look for. First, it needs to be in excellent, uncirculated condition. Uncirculated pennies, particularly ones in mint condition, have the potential to be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on their rarity and demand. But when it comes to the 1986 no mint mark penny, what really makes it special are those that have gone through unique circumstances or hold some sort of extraordinary feature. As for those that are exceptionally rare, we're talking about pennies that have unusual features or errors. For example, a 1986 penny with the rare double die or other notable minting errors could potentially see values in the millions of dollars. The market for rare coins has fluctuated, but coins with unique errors or incredible condition can command huge prices. In fact, rare 1986 no mint mark pennies with minting errors have been known to sell at auction for significant amounts, sometimes reaching hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some high-end, graded versions of this coin have even been appraised at millions of dollars depending on the rarity and demand. So, what's the current market value of the 1986 no mint mark penny? It really depends on its condition, any potential errors, and its rarity. But in general, well-preserved 1986 pennies could range anywhere from a few hundred to thousands of dollars. Rare varieties or coins with errors have the potential to be worth significantly more. Before you go digging through your spare change, remember, the value of these pennies is largely dependent on the condition, and any minting errors could drastically increase their worth. Always get your coins professionally graded to get an accurate value. So, the bottom line is this. While most 1986 Lincoln pennies won't make you a millionaire, those rare no mint mark varieties or error coins are a different story. If you happen to have one in great condition, or better yet, a rare error, you might just be holding a treasure worth a fortune. 1987 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. If you're a coin collector, a history buff, or just curious about the potential value hidden in your pocket change, this one's for you. Stick around to find out why this specific penny could be worth thousands, or even millions, depending on its unique characteristics. Let's get into it. At first glance, the 1987 penny might seem like just another coin in your pocket. But don't be fooled. This seemingly ordinary penny holds a secret that could make it one of the most valuable coins in your collection. On the front of the coin, we see the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This portrait has been a symbol of the U.S. 1-cent coin for decades. The 1987 penny was minted during the late 20th century, a time when the U.S. was still using the familiar copper-plated zinc composition. But it's not just the design that's important. What makes this penny stand out is something most people might overlook. Unlike most coins from this era, which feature a mint mark indicating where they were made, the 1987 penny lacks this crucial detail. Mint marks usually appear on the obverse side beneath the date, showing whether a coin was struck in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. A missing mint mark on a coin may seem insignificant, but it can actually be a big deal in the world of rare coin collecting. Coins without mint marks are rare, especially for a coin as recent as the 1987 penny. But here's where things get interesting. The 1987 no mint mark penny is considered one of the most sought-after varieties by collectors. Why? Because only a handful of these coins were ever made, and they are extremely difficult to find. In fact, it's believed that a small number of these coins were mistakenly struck in Philadelphia without a mint mark, which is why they are so valuable today. If you happen to find one of these 1987 no mint mark pennies, the condition is everything. Coins in mint condition, especially those that are uncirculated and free of wear, can fetch a hefty price. Grading plays a major role in determining a coin's value, and having your coin professionally graded by organizations like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, can increase its marketability and worth. So, what's the market value of a 1987 no-mint mark penny today? Well, the price can vary significantly depending on its grade. A typical 1987 no-mint mark penny, in average circulated condition, might be worth around $1 to $5. However, in pristine, uncirculated condition, these pennies can easily fetch between $50 to $100. But the real excitement begins when we look at the truly rare, high-quality examples. For a coin in perfect, mint state condition, some collectors have been known to pay upwards of $1,000. In rare cases, if the coin is graded as being in near perfect or perfect condition, it could fetch anywhere between $10,000 to $100,000. And believe it or not, some experts suggest that a well-preserved 1987 no-mint mark penny could eventually hit the $1 million mark, depending on how the market evolves over time and how many are discovered. The reason these coins are so valuable comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. The lack of a mint mark makes these pennies an anomaly, and as more collectors become aware of their worth, prices could continue to rise. Plus, with so few of them in circulation, the scarcity factor only adds to their appeal. Now, how can you tell if your 1987 penny is the valuable no-mint mark variety? First, look at the date and check the location where it was minted. If it doesn't have a mint mark, you've got a potentially valuable coin on your hands. Then, examine its condition carefully. Coins that are scratched, tarnished, or have significant wear will naturally be worth less than those in uncirculated or near-perfect condition. It's also important to note that, while the 1987 no-mint mark penny is rare, it's not the only rare coin from this era. There are other pennies and coins from the 1980s and early 1990s that are highly collectible as well. So if you're serious about coin collecting, keep an eye on your change, and make sure to research any coins that might look a bit different from the rest. To sum it up, the 1987 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is not just an interesting piece of history, it could also be the key to a major windfall. Whether it's worth a few dollars or several thousand, it's a coin that definitely deserves a place in any collector's collection. And who knows? Maybe your penny is worth $1 million. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more rare coin insights. 2015 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. This specific coin has garnered a lot of attention in the coin collecting community. But what exactly makes it so special, and how much is it worth today? Stick around as we explore the current market value of this coin and the potential for it to reach $1 million mark. Introduction to the 2015 Lincoln penny. The 2015 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin might look like just another regular penny, but there's more to it than meets the eye. Produced as part of the U.S. Mint's regular issue, the 2015 penny features the traditional obverse with the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln. But here's where it gets interesting. The reverse of this penny is often where the story begins. It's important to note that this penny was issued with the same designs we've come to expect, the shield design on the reverse, which was introduced back in 2010. The key to the 2015 penny's value at first glance. A 2015 penny may seem like it's just worth 1 cent. After all, that's what it's meant to be. However, due to certain errors, unique characteristics, and limited quantities, some 2015 pennies have entered the market with a significantly higher value. Now, the value of a coin like this really depends on its condition, the minting process, and most importantly, any possible errors that make it stand out from the regular batch of pennies. These errors can include things like doubling, unusual die cracks, or even misprints, which could skyrocket the value of an otherwise ordinary coin. In fact, even small production variations can make a coin more desirable to collectors, pushing the market value higher. Current market value. The market value of a regular 2015 Lincoln penny in good condition is generally around its face value, which is just 1 cent. However, when we start talking about high-grade coins, those in mint state or proof condition, the price can increase. For example, a 2015 penny in perfect condition, especially one that has been graded by professional organizations like the PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, could fetch anywhere from $2 to $5. But this is still far from the $1 million range. The $1 million potential. So, what about the dream scenario where this penny reaches $1 million? While the 2015 Lincoln penny is not yet a $1 million coin in itself, there are several factors that could contribute to a massive jump in value. For one, the rarity of a coin can dramatically affect its price. If you happen to find a 2015 penny with a significant error, such as a die anomaly, or one that was accidentally struck on the wrong planchet, the value can increase exponentially. Coins with minting mistakes are highly sought after by collectors, and as demand grows, the value can skyrocket. The condition of the coin is also a crucial factor. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition and have been professionally graded can command much higher prices. Some collectors are willing to pay hundreds or even thousands for just a single high-quality coin, and rare errors could push the value into the tens of thousands, or even higher. Furthermore, coin values tend to increase over time. What might not seem like a rare coin now could become one in the future, especially as collectors' interests shift and the number of available coins diminishes. It's not entirely out of the realm of possibility that a certain 2015 penny could become highly sought after decades down the line. Conclusion: to sum it up, the 2015 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin is not currently worth $1 million. But if you happen to stumble upon one with an error or in perfect condition, it could potentially fetch a higher price than you'd expect. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this penny is definitely one to keep an eye on, as it might become a valuable addition to your collection in the future. As always, make sure to check your coins carefully, keep them in good condition, and if you think you've got a rare find on your hands, have it professionally graded. You never know, you might just be sitting on a treasure. 2017 The Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. This seemingly ordinary penny has made waves in the coin market, so let's talk about its history, current market value, and why it could be worth a lot more than you think. Now, before we get into the value of the 2017 D penny, let's quickly go over what makes this coin so interesting. The 2017 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, which is what the D mint mark stands for. It features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, which has been on the penny since 1909. The reverse side of the coin shows the Lincoln Memorial, though there are other versions of the reverse design that have been used over the years. This design has remained consistent for many years, which is part of the reason the penny is so well known. But now, let's talk about why this particular penny is being highlighted. The 2017 D Lincoln penny doesn't have any groundbreaking features like errors or misprints that some other rare coins are famous for. However, it is still part of a year that's important for coin collectors. Coins from this era are part of an ongoing collection that includes the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth in 2009, as well as ongoing design changes and commemorations. But the real interest in the 2017 D Lincoln penny comes down to its market rarity. While millions of these pennies were minted, some may still have unique characteristics or simply be in mint condition, which can make a difference in how much it is worth. So, what's the current market value of the 2017 D Lincoln penny? Typically, pennies like this one are worth face value, just 1 cent, if they're in average circulation. However, there's a significant difference in price if you have a coin in mint condition, also known as uncirculated. Coins like these, depending on their condition, can fetch anywhere from 50 cents to several dollars. The real money for the 2017 D Lincoln penny, however, comes into play if there's something extraordinary about it. Coins that are perfectly preserved, have unique features, or have been graded by professional services like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, can increase in value dramatically. For example, some well-preserved 2017 D pennies can be sold for $10 to $20 or more, but that's where things get interesting. If you happen to have a 2017 D penny in absolutely pristine, uncirculated condition with the perfect grade, you might be looking at even higher amounts, especially if it's sought after by collectors in the future. Now, you might be wondering, how could a penny like this possibly be worth $1 million? Well, it's important to remember that coins with extreme rarity, such as era coins or coins with unique characteristics that make them stand out, can sometimes reach astronomical values in the market. While the 2017 D Lincoln penny isn't quite there yet, the coin market is unpredictable. If you find a rare error like a double die, a misstrike, or a minting anomaly, this could send its value skyrocketing. Coins with major defects, which make them even rarer, are often sold for millions at auctions. That said, it would take an extremely rare version of the 2017 D penny to push its value into the seven-figure range. Coins like the 1955 double-die Lincoln penny or the 1943 copper penny are examples of pennies that have achieved millions of dollars in the market. Could the 2017 D penny ever reach that level? It's possible, but it would likely need to be something truly extraordinary. If you're hoping to find that $1 million penny, or at least a highly valuable one, here are some tips for collectors. The best value lies in coins that are in mint condition. Check your pennies to see if they're in exceptional shape. Errors can significantly increase the value of a coin. Keep an eye out for common types of errors like double dies, off-center strikes, and more. If you believe your penny is a rare find, consider getting it professionally graded by a trusted service like NGC or PCGS. This can help you determine its true value and give you a better chance at selling it for a premium. Coin values change over time. Keep up with the latest trends and auction results to know if the 2017 D penny, or any other coins in your collection, are appreciating in value. In conclusion, the 2017 D Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is a great example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can hold potential for future value, especially when kept in perfect condition or with unique features. While it's not currently worth millions, it's always a good idea to keep an eye on your pennies and check for any potential treasures.